Yes, guys, welcome to Bala Sports. How you guys doing? Solo, what's going on, my brother?
Yo, bro, what's going on, man? It's one of them days, bro.
Oh yeah, damn, it's been a
Yeah,
tough Sunday for you, man.
yo, it's been very tough. But listen, we're here and let's get to it. Some of us, we never disappear. No matter how bad the days are, we all
Preach
show
it,
up.
my brother.
We always show up, man. You gotta
Preach
face
it.
the music. You gotta face the music.
Hell yeah, because last week we were celebrating. This week is little down. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills, man. What just happened in Miami? The Dolphins snapped 7-game losing streak against the Buffalo Bills. So let's dive into the biggest AFC shock, in my opinion, this week, or should I say for the season, because we did not expect this to happen, especially from what happened last week when the Buffalo Bills dominate the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills lose to the Dolphins 30-13. 30-13. Wow, my brother. I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know if compared to this week and last week when the Bills only averaged 87 yards on the ground.
Yeah,
But Josh Allen had a strong second half. But dude, I'm gonna let you just talk to me through the game
yeah, bro.
and we go from there. What's going on with you, man? What's
Yeah,
going on with the
first of
Buffalo
all,
Bills?
yeah, man, I don't even care Josh Allen's stats. They look good at the end of the game, man. 6 yards. If you didn't watch the game, you think, well, you had a good game. Nah, you didn't have a good game. I mean, an interception in the end zone, in the red zone. Those are the killers, man. You can't have an interception in the red zone. And then that fumble. I think it's the first time since, I don't know, long time that in the same game he lost a fumble and he had an interception, especially in the end zone. And it's just so crazy if you compare the game from last week to the game this week. And I don't want to call it a letdown because we already had a couple letdowns this season already when we lost to Atlanta Falcons and lost to New England at home. Yo, I think blame starts at the top all the way to the bottom. I know they have injuries. So it's every other team in the NFL at this time of the season, injuries is the norm.
I
That's
like
not an
that.
excuse.
I like
That is
that.
not an excuse. And I blame the coaching, man. And you got to get up for every team that you play. I don't care how bad they look. Yeah, they only won 2 games in the season. But, bro, it's a division game. And right now, they have nothing really to play for except for their, future opportunity for some of those players that are hoping to play for that team next season. This is the team that fired the general manager Greer last week. He's been there for 20 something years. He got fired. They were selling players left and right. Everybody thought they were tanking. And then the Buffalo Bills show up. It's unfortunately that I feel like the players on the team were thinking like as fans, like this is gonna be a cakewalk. It's an easy game. I
Right.
knew from the beginning, from the first position, Miami goes down. And first of all, the first three positions, the Bills had 3 and outs. They got a pick, they get a pick, they pick tour, and they do nothing with that position. They keep punting the ball and making mistakes. And that defense, that defense is probably one of the worst defenses I've seen on the Bills since Sean McDermott show up in Buffalo, man. Last
Last
week,
week that was on fire. Go ahead.
last week they were on fire. This week they have each and looking like I don't know, like it's all just Simpson or somebody. I don't know. They got
Oh,
tore
Jonathan Taylor.
exactly like Jonathan Taylor. We have the James Cook only finished with 53 yards for the game. That's not enough to win a game in this league. I don't care who you're playing, man. And also at the trade deadline, we talked about it. The fans complained about it. They didn't make any moves.
Right.
We saw today that they don't have any good receivers that can separate to give Josh Allen that deep ball threat. We found out, yes, Coleman had one good catch on one last touchdown. But at that point, the Bills were, at that point, they were playing desperation football. They were just throwing the ball up, and he got lucky. He caught that ball, but he didn't do much all game. None of the receivers. And Kincaid, who is our best receiver, even though he's our number one tight end, got hurt, left the game. As a result, we had zero options. The biggest thing that I know I just never get, I understand with the Buffalo Bills is like 1 week they look so like fluid, everything flowing, just like last week. And then the following week, they can't even get a first down for their lives. I'm
Right.
disappointed, man. At this point, especially after New England wins, they're now 8-2. New England winning. Not only are they leading the the division, I think they got number one seed right now in the AFC. I mean,
Right.
who thought New England? Now we are 2 games behind New England. We are 2-2 in the division. New England is 2-0. That number one seed we talked about at the beginning of the season, that is gone. The Buffalo Bills are not getting number one seed. Number two, the Buffalo Bills are not winning the division. That's already gone. They'll be lucky to get in the playoffs. And
Oh,
I
wow.
feel, and I know I'm probably just frustrated. But I think if they don't even make the playoffs, I think they're gonna make big changes, man. From the top to the bottom, man. They're gonna make big changes. We have a new stadium opening up next season. Us, the taxpayers, man, of New York State, we paid billions for that stadium. We expect a good
Yeah, why
product
you
from that
gotta say it
stadium.
like that, man? Why you gotta
Come
say
on,
it like
dude.
that? Now you got us here as a
Listen,
Bill fans. Go ahead.
we expect a better product than what they've been giving us, man. They can give us hope one week and the following week we way down. Last week, I'm like, they're back. This is the real Buffalo Bills. And then they go to Miami. I mean, they play horrible. Yo, I don't even know what to say. Like nothing. I don't care about any stats. I don't care why. I don't care that Bishop got his second interception today. I don't care, man. They played bad, and now they got Tampa coming to town. Yeah, just because New England beat Tampa, it doesn't mean it's gonna be an easy game next week.
Yeah.
So at this point, they'll be lucky to make the playoffs, man. I have zero faith in the Buffalo Bills in whatever they do moving forward.
You change your mind next week. Nah, just
No,
playing with
I'm
you.
not.
But yeah.
No,
Yeah, but let's talk about the moments that matters, right? The fumbles and the open drive. I feel like that absolutely changed the energy, especially, especially after A-Chain broke off for the long touchdown run. That really, for me, yes, you're still thinking like, Buffalo's gonna come back. Buffalo's gonna come
that's what
back.
I was thinking too.
Yeah, but you gotta give credit to Miami defense. I don't know what happened, but I
I
haven't
don't know
seen
what
them
happened
play
either.
this well all season. I haven't seen them play this well for a while, not just this season.
Yo, they were missing their best cornerback, who was Rousseau, who played for the
Right.
Bills, and he didn't even play. They had a bunch of backups, no-name players, and they were flying around. They wanted more than the Bills did. From
Yeah,
the
because like
beginning,
every time the Bills look ready, climb back, a turnover or bad penalty killed the whole vibe. Should I say the whole drive?
Right.
And of course, you got to give credit to the Dolphins, man. They were disciplined after some slappy games lately, but you see them being very disciplined. They was making every tackle on point. I'm like,
Right.
this is total different Dolphin teams that we've seen. And I don't think Buffalo was ready for this. I
No.
know it's winter over here, basically, you could call it, because it's 30 degrees outside. It's cold and
It was
windy.
80 degrees in Miami.
Right. And it's 80 degrees in Miami. Guys from Buffalo went to Miami, have a good time last night.
They're having
enjoying the
crime.
weather or something, in clubs, popping bottles. Miami probably be like, man, this is a regular thing for us, man. We're just ready to bust this ass. I mean, as a Bill fan, man, like, where do like, are you concerned for long term?
I've been concerned all year long, but then last week they gave me false hope. I'm like, they're back now. We don't have to worry. And then this week they play like that. So right now my expectations are really, really low. I don't even expect them to make the playoffs. And if they do, I think they'll be bounced in the first round. They have to do something about the whole team. I can't even say what department on the team is better, whether the offense is or the defense. Sometimes one side of the ball looks good than the other, then the following week it's a different situation. So I gave up on this team, man. I know they've only lost 3 games, but the problem is the way they've lost those 3 games. That's the biggest problem to me. They don't show any effort in those games. And I know I haven't played professional football, and I've never been on the field, but me just watching, they played uninspired football, man, from the beginning to the end. All the 3 losses they've had this season, they happened in a similar fashion. They couldn't stop the run. Not only couldn't they stop the run, they couldn't stop the pass.
Right.
We all know how to defend Tua. You gotta prevent that first read. If Tua holds the ball for too long, bad things happen.
Yeah.
But they let him just keep moving the ball easily. So if you watch the game, if you remember the interception he threw, he held the ball for a few seconds and then just threw it up. That's what happens if you really put pressure on him. But we just let him even without his number 1 target. I mean, Ado was still killing us by himself. Why on action? Just the 2 of them were killing us all game long. I'm like, man, this defense, man, the Bills defense sucks. It's horrible, man.
I don't want to say I feel your pain because I really don't.
No, you don't.
I'm not serious. I really don't.
I mean,
but let's look at it anyway. Let's look at it from the Dolphins' point of view. This is the type of performance the Dolphins fans be waiting for. Now the Dolphins season could go for the rest of the season. Don't win no game. But I feel like there's a lot of Dolphins fans, especially the ones that both of us know, award that text me. They feel like this is their Super Bowl.
This is their Super Bowl.
Buffalo. This game kind of a little bit remind me of the Giants Thursday night against the Eagles. Remember when the Giants stomp on the Eagles?
Right.
And everybody's panicking and all that kind of stuff like that. Of course, the media going off with Philly, everything that's going on with AJ Brown, whatnot. But the Eagles playing tomorrow. But with Buffalo, I see the same thing. It's a rivalry game. you don't know what to expect. But to actually see the way Buffalo played last week and come out and perform the way they performed today,
Right.
this is something that you got to be like, whoa, what's really
I
going on
mean,
here?
for you who's an outsider who's not a fan, I
Right.
mean, how do you explain the contrast between last week and this week? Like, what's the explanation? I don't understand.
I just think there's a different motivation. You
But
know,
why? You were a pro.
that's a great question because I remember you always said it here. Buffalo played down to their competition, and which
You're right. You
sometimes
can't do
like
that.
is you can't do that, especially not at this stage when you see another team in your division, which you guys haven't go through this battle for so long because you guys always won the division the past,
Always win
especially
the
past
division.
six,
Right.
yeah. So 5 years in a row, you guys got this, and they see what New England is doing, and then there's an opportunity for you guys to go up in the division or wishing that Tampa Bay could have beat New England, but he
Right.
didn't happen. And to see you guys come out and perform like that against a team that we all count them out, at least they got the one win of the year that everybody's like, whoa, the Dolphins actually beat Buffalo. Could this affect them going forward? Like you say, it's 2-2 in the division. And I believe New England also got a game in the hand because they beat you guys already. So the
Exactly.
next game against New England, man, is going to mean so much, man. I don't know how Buffalo is going to reply to
No,
it.
the way it is right now, even if we beat New England, they're still gonna
Right.
win the division because they're gonna have more division wins because they're gonna sweep the Jets and the Dolphins.
So let me read you a quick question that a fan sent me. What has to change for Buffalo to bounce back?
Are we talking short term or long term? Because it's short
Just a
term right
question
now
that has.
here.
Uh-huh.
They can't make any significant trade that can improve the team. At this point, is you use what you got. And what they have is not top level talent. It's mid level talent. That's what they have. For the Buffalo Bills to win games against any good teams, everything has to be perfect.
Gotcha.
The defense has to be perfect. The coaching has to be perfect. Josh Allen has to play well. Otherwise, if any of those positions plays bad, the Bills are not going anywhere. Period. There's nothing they can do at this point. They didn't make any move. We got our general manager when the fans were complaining about not making the moves last year. He gets on the phone on the radio, and telling us to start bitching about receivers because we scored a lot of points last. Listen, sometimes the stats always mislead. And that's why I don't like stats all the time because the stats is all depends who you play, how you're scoring your points. Yeah, you might have the highest scoring offense, but if you put up a bunch of points against bad teams, that screw up the whole stats. But just like the Bills defense the past few years, the reason why they always lose to New England is that in a critical situation, they can't make a stop. But if you just look at the stats, they're like, oh, they're top 5 in everything. They're top 5 in everything. That don't matter. When you need a big play against the chance Kansas City Chiefs or in the playoffs, we don't have players to do it. So
Well, the
I just
positive
still
thing,
don't. So
the positive thing as a Bill fan, man, you still control your fate, and not like the Miami Dolphins need a miracle to have any shot to win this division or even to make it to the playoff. And I still do believe that Bills are the playoff threat. If they do make it to the playoff, it doesn't matter who you play because you know why? You got a Josh
because
Allen as a quarterback,
and they'll get
and
healthy. It's true they're gonna
yeah,
get healthy.
so they
But
will
still,
probably
man.
get yes, and for me, Josh, this is the disagreement I was having with someone yesterday at work. They told me about how they are NFL or football educated, not just uh Bill fan. I was
Yeah.
making a little point about things that Josh Allen trying to do extra. At some
Mhm.
point, I'm not blaming him so much about this game because it's all around loss. But at sometimes, like, Josh Allen throwing these interceptions, getting a fumble. Yes, it happens. But dude, at one point where you got to realize, like, you just here to win and play the game. He tried to play the hero thing at the end, but it was a little too late. And then a Bill fan is going to text me, do you see the pass that Josh Allen threw? I say, this is my problem with the Bill fans. Josh Allen could make 6 mistakes, but then y'all want to talk about a great play he made on the sideline because he's out of directing traffic. We
Right.
nobody ever questioned Josh's talent. He's a talented quarterback. He's a big dude that know how to play the position. But
Right.
at some points, like it's okay to criticize the guy, man. That interception in the red zone,
It's
that
horrible.
also he's killed the game. Especially now you got to put your defenders back in there and put them under pressure. We all know Buffalo Bills run D is shaky. Buffalo, we talk about this, man. You guys drop numbers like it's nothing. And the day when you can't just depend on defense because you know what's gonna happen. 13-second happens. Situation is gonna happen.
Exactly.
This is not just, calling them out as like I'm dissing them. This is what we see every time the Buffalo is in this position. Things goes wrong through players, through whatnot. To see James Cook go on the first time without 100 yards, I talk big about James Cook every week here. I love the guy. I think he's a baller. But today, I don't know what happened to Buffalo, man. The whole team to be blamed. I don't know if his a head coach didn't motivate him right. Because, bro, what we see last week, we could also come to the end of last week's game. Do you think last week's game, the way it ended, lead to the performance today?
No, I don't think. I don't. No, I don't think so. Like even Josh always says this. Like what happened last week or last year has nothing to do with the following week.
Yeah.
Just because you played well last week, it doesn't say, you know what, because we played so well against the Kansas City Chiefs, it's gonna be easy game against the Dolphins. That's not that's I mean, that's not how it works. James Cook. So this is the thing. You know, we know that a lot of NFL players come out of Florida. So a bunch of Bills players were pretty much going back home. James Cook, they're in the area, you know, Bosa, they are all in the area. I don't know if that adds added pressure, if they have too many distractions. I'm not sure. But listen, they are professionals who make millions and millions of dollars. I don't always blame the head coach for not talking to his players to motivate them to get up for every game. I blame them to their professionals. You don't need somebody to motivate you to get up for a division game. This is a freaking division game. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, Trey White is there, but Trey White, we know is old. Christian Benford, number one cornerback, he didn't play. And listen, like I said at the beginning, every team has injuries. That's not an excuse.
That's
It's
not an
part of the
excuse.
NFL, especially
Yeah.
week 9, week 10. Everybody's hurt. That's how it is. Next man up. And the next man up on the Bills team today, they did not show up. And I have zero faith in this team. They're not going anywhere. They'll be like to make the playoffs. And I think, and I know you've said this before, and I've moved that part past that point. A lot of Bills fans, they don't want to criticize the team because they feel like, wow, we were so bad for so long, and this team came in and they took us. We're not relevant. We are relevant. So listen, that has been gone, man. That's honeymoon been gone. Yes, we were bad for 17, 20 years, and they came in and they improved things. But guess what? It's another stage to move up. Another
You
stage.
gotta always gotta level up now.
You,
You know what I mean? You can't just say every week because you know you're doing the same thing and then we gotta stick to this because now this dude Silence is a Hall of Famer already, in my opinion. You know,
he is.
you got the
But
quarterback, and then you do have the team in the conference. Yes, it's tough. I'm not saying that it's not tough when I talk about the conference or the AFC. You know, because you got to go through one of the best coaches that ever played, that ever coached in the game, Andy Reid, and of course we know Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs could do. But bro, games like this, you're absolutely right. This is my problem I had with the Bill fans. They're stuck with so much about what has been done. But let's focus about what's happening now. Like you mentioned, bro, when is the time the Buffalo Bills fans are gonna start criticizing your team? Not
you got
just
to, man.
you got to, man. And then they mad at me when I criticize my team. The Eagles won a Super Bowl. I still criticize Jalen Hurts, and he's one of my favorite guys, man. This guy is for me. Jalen Hurts is bigger than football. You know what I mean? The way I like him because the way he carried himself. You know what I mean? He
And
got the
I
But at the
see.
same time, I criticize him.
Exactly. And the way I say it, I don't care whether it's a rookie quarterback or it's a veteran quarterback like Josh Allen
Right,
or Patrick Mahomes. They don't need help.
everybody.
We've seen Patrick Mahomes struggle. You don't have a Tyreek Hill. Josh Allen don't have a Stephon Diggs. Yes, is they're good enough to help the kind of average players to look good, but they can only do so much. My biggest problem is they didn't even make an effort really to bring in any good receivers on this
Yeah,
team. Yeah, they signed Elijah Moore and Josh Palmer, but I mean those are just average receivers. There's no team that's playing the Buffalo Bills and say, you know what, we got a plan for Keon Coleman. We got to make sure we follow Keon Coleman because he's not a threat at all. The only big threat they people really have to plan for is Josh Allen and James Cook. And once those two are shut down, this is exactly what happens. Like what happened today. The
yeah.
team they have no direction. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, they'll come out of timeout and they have no idea what they're running. And those screen passes, they don't go anywhere. Everybody knows, man. You throw it to the side, and we got the linebackers, we got spies, we got players everywhere. They're ready for that. I don't know why they keep doing that. That's not going anywhere. Throw it there. And then, as much as I love and respect, and I think James Cook is a great running back, I think it's a mistake that they have not used Red Davis as much because he's a different kind of back. He's a bigger running back. He can get
Got
those
to get
couple
the
yards.
1-2 punch, not just the one guy every game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And and because we pay James Cook, they feel like we gotta give him 20, 25 touches every game. That's not the case, man. You
yeah.
got this guy, we gotta let him breathe a little bit, especially when it's hot in Miami. Come on. You gotta use all your weapons. Apart from Kincaid, nobody else really is doing anything. And to me, that's a, and the problem, we've paid all these players so much money. They're here for few years. I mean, I'm done.
Well, dude, man, I'm not losing trust in the Bills. I think that it's just a speed bump. No, but I do got a few things watching the game today. I was like, there's a few things that Buffalo really need to. You mentioned most of them, but the red zone of efficiency. If they don't have the big play, or Josh Allen doesn't take off, or Cook doesn't have a big play, how do you maintain the game
Right,
in the
nothing.
red zone? Because in the O line, the consistency and the unforced errors that they make, it's like you're beating yourself, and the other team is going to take advantage of it, and your defense can't stop it, as we mentioned, or you mentioned it. So for me, I think this is speed. This is a speed bump. Probably Buffalo's going to get themselves together, get back to the Kansas City mode, because the way they come out play Kansas City in the regular season at home, you got to take the same energy on the run on the road. I know it's every given Sunday, but
Yeah,
what more can you
okay,
say, bro? Until next
right.
week.
See, bro. So you're an athlete. You've been an athlete. You've played, sports. Now we've all played, sports as kids. When I was a kid playing like soccer on different teams, when we go on, because I play at high school soccer. When we go on the road, or we're at home, to me there was no feeling. You know what I
Nope.
mean? It's just another game. Why? Why is it so hard to motivate grown players for every game? Why is it so hard? I never understand that part. Like, regardless who you're playing, why is it so hard to get up for every game? The same way you get up for Kansas City, the same way you should get up for the Jets or for the
Right.
Dolphins. Why is that so hard to do though? I never understand that. It's
Some
just
people,
human
bro,
nature.
that's just human nature, bro. For some folks, you don't need to. Like for example, when we talk about soccer, like I remember there was a head coach, I think it was Marino, was talking about you don't need to motivate guys like Cristiano Ronaldo because they're already motivated
They're already
to go
great.
out, yeah, to go out there to go play, to go showcase, to just show them. They'll just entertain the fans. Period. As we heard Jordan say the other day, I mean, in the ABC and the coverage, he says about how he
NBA.
still sometimes think about NBA would talk about to want to dress up and come out there to compete. Some
Right.
people just got that in them, But whatever is going on with the Buffalo Bills, bro, they need to fix this. But let's get through a few of NFL actions that happened today in Week 10. Quick excitements that happened, bro. When the Texans come back and win the game against the Jaguars, I didn't expect this shit to happen. I thought the Texans was done. 36-29. What a game this was, man. How excited it is for this game to see, without the starting quarterback, Texans defense step up big, man. I was like, damn, what's going on, man?
Yo,
What do you think about that game?
yo, that was impressive. I mean, the whole game they were losing. You know what I mean? They looked like they're not going anywhere, and then suddenly, and actually, I was rooting for Texas. Because I just looked at I
Right.
looked at their record. I'm like, well, they've won a few games, and because I don't want too many teams ahead of the Bills. So whoever has a bad record, that's who I root for. So I'm over there squeezing for the Texans, man. Dude, they came back and played and won that game. Now they could have been lucky because they didn't play well at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? It's the NFL. It doesn't matter how you win. Lucky or not lucky, they won that game, man. Didn't they have a pick towards the end? Interception, but pick six, and they didn't even need that pick six, right? They just needed what? Like,
Field goal to the point.
good.
No. They need that. Toward the end, it was a fumble or pick.
I think it
That
was a
got yeah, that got it at 36 because he was 30-29, and the Jags going down to basically need a field goal to win the game, and then I think it was a fumble.
fumble, and then they're returning back for a
They
touchdown,
talking
right?
about time expired. Yep.
Yeah,
Yo, another crazy stack I gotta tell you, man. What a player this guy has been, man. Jonathan Taylor, man, rushed for
yeah,
244 yards today in Germany, man. 3 touchdowns, including 83 yards, scoring the game winner in OT. What a freaking guy this guy
yeah.
is, man. He's a
I
monster, man.
I think he's MVP so far. He
Drake
got to
May
be
got something
MVP.
to say about that now.
Who?
Drake May. I know he's a
Right.
division. You don't want to give him
I
credit.
know, but I'm just saying that because we all know that quarterbacks are more important, and they're probably gonna give it
Right.
the quarterback. But I think sometimes, I mean, we still got 8 games left, so we'll see how we shape up. But if he won the MVP, I wouldn't be too surprised. You know what I mean? Because he's been pretty much carrying that team all season long, and everybody thought he fell off a little bit because of injuries, and then he came back. The coach, I know they lost last week, but they bounced back. See, I think that's what good coaching does, man. He
Right.
can easily bounce back and come back. And Jonathan Taylor, man, he's playing great. I gotta give credit to Daniel Jones too, man. He had a bad game last week. The Steelers had him sin ghosts, and this week he bounced. He bounced back, and they
Yeah.
played very well out there in Berlin, Germany, man. Right
Yeah.
across the ocean.
The Ravens win 3 games in a row. What do you think with the Ravens? Are they back to the winning ways, especially the way the division is going?
The Ravens are back, and I always say this: if the Ravens are healthy, there's not too many teams that are going to beat the Ravens. Of course, they were losing games even when they're healthy at the beginning of the season, but I just feel like if the Ravens get into the playoffs, they'll be dangerous. And so the way things are going right now, I think the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens right now are kind of just looking in. I feel bad for teams like, let's say, New England and the Colts or the Jaguars. Let's say they finish as the top 3 teams in the AFC, and they have to play the Ravens or the Chiefs or the Bills who are being healthy. That's gonna be tough for those teams, man. Can you imagine being number 2 seed, number 1 seed, and then gotta play 7, and that 7 team is Kansas City?
Yeah.
That'd be tough, but yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I think the Ravens, because of that, but their division is so bad. The Browns lost again to the Jets.
Right.
The Steelers, we're gonna see how the Steelers do, but so I'm hoping the Steelers win. I mean, we gotta keep Kansas City and the Ravens out of the playoffs. We
That's
gotta
fair,
keep them
football
out.
fan. That's fair. But speaking about that, man, your division. I know you already say a lot of things about the Patriots and how they're on top of the division right now, that you believe that they're gonna win the division. So you
Yeah,
basically answered my
yeah,
question, but I still gotta
yeah.
ask you anyway. Are the Patriots for real?
They are for real. Maybe not for real to win the Super Bowl, but they're for real to win the AFC and make some noise in the playoffs. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they have good coaching. That's number one thing. They have a very steady quarterback who doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah.
It seems like he listens to his coaches very well.
He's a student.
You know what I mean? He got Stephon Diggs. Yes, he don't have crazy weapons like
Right.
in Cincinnati or other places like with the receivers, but they can run the ball. They play great defense. They're
Mhm.
well coached, and they're gonna host a couple games in the playoffs at home. And
Right.
when you play at home, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You telling me
I
if Kansas City or the Bills go into New England in the playoff game, you think that'll be a cakewalk?
No.
I mean, that'll be a tough game. I think they're not
Especially with
winning.
the head coach they have, man, he's very experienced. And if you remember, he had beat some dude. He did beat the Ravens in the playoff before when he was in Tennessee.
Is right.
And the way he got these guys playing against Buffalo, he doesn't
He
see
did it.
Buffalo as
He did beat the Bills too a couple times
yeah,
when he was with Tennessee. So
yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
yeah, man. Nice, man. I mean,
They are for real, man. Yeah, I respect New England, man. They are back. But
and of course, man,
Jason,
the Rams stopped the 49ers, 49er fans and other fans that I know that make excuses, including just like the players, the Red Cowboys, I call them. They got to blame injuries. Like you said, every team has an injury. That's not an excuse. But
right?
the Rams went down and beat the leaving, out of them. It was a good game. You could call it because I want the 49ers to lose anyway. So that's why it's a good game. Yeah, but the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants, man, we started
Oh
to see
man,
the number 1 draft quarterback, and he's
no
doing
man,
his
the
thing.
Chicago they're
He's
becoming
doing
very
his thing.
exciting.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, especially in the
Caleb
fourth
Witt,
quarter today.
Caleb,
You
yo,
can't
I
really
can't believe the Chicago Bears are 6-3. 6-3 Chicago Bears.
the team beside the Rams that should every Eagle fan should worry about the Seahawks,
I was gonna say the Seahawks, bro.
dude.
Yo, Sam Darnold, and I don't know what's going on that door, man. So when he was with the Vikings last year, everybody thought it was just it's a 1-year wonder, man.
Right.
He's not, and the Vikings be like, no, we don't need him. We got our own draft pick. We got our own quarterback we picked. They
Nah,
let him go. He shows up in Seattle. Yo, Seattle is one of the best offenses in the league.
fact. I
Their
think the
defense,
Vikings give up on him because they don't want to pay him. And then the weapons the Vikings had in the offense, and the way that I think the defense is still good, the Vikings, and your head coach is like one of the best young head coaches. Then
that
you
is
got a
true.
quarterback like Sam Darnold just walk over because he had one bad playoff game with you guys. Yes, that was his first season, but the way he did throughout the whole season for the head
Right, he
coach to
played
even
well.
win the coach of the year, and they just let him go, is because y'all put your trust on a quarterback today that he doesn't understand what 2-minute drill was, how he was running. Instead of throwing the ball in 2-minute drill with no timeout, he's busy running, trying to pick up yards right in the middle of the field.
He's still young. You know what?
It's still, yeah, I understand that,
He,
but like, well, how long do you think that Jefferson had? You got the best wide receiver in the league, and you just put everything in the chip of a young quarterback that you focus on, I say he's too young. What if you take that young quarterback 4 years? What do you think Jefferson's going to do in the next 4 years? Do you think Jefferson's just going to sit back and just wait?
He be trying to bounce. He should come to Buffalo.
There we go.
But you know what? Before you go, I'm sorry. There's one point I wanted to make. Like, I was watching the games today. Most of the teams that lost today, they started bad.
Yeah.
When you start bad on a normal day, even if you're able to come back on a normal day.
Well, except for a few teams like the Texans and the Chicago Bears, they started bad. They come back and win. Yeah.
Let me just go back a little bit like the Bills game, right? So the Bills game started really bad. We all had hope that they can still come back.
Right.
But then certain things happened throughout the game. In the Bills case, it started raining. You know what I mean? So now it's running, the boy's slippery. Now you have to change your game plan. Now you have James Cook fumbling, Josh Allen fumbling, all because of the rain. And the biggest issue is because how you start. I always think you gotta start positive in the first few positions. You gotta at least play good enough. So even when things are not going well, you're not down by 16 points like the way the Bills were. Sometimes it's hard to score those 16 points even on a good day. Now imagine when things start going wrong. So if you start bad, man, it's always hard to come back. But like you said, like the Chicago Bears and the Texans, they came back, but they were just lucky. But most of the teams that lost today, they all started really bad. Like the Rams, they jumped on 49ers from the goal.
Yep. Yeah.
Seattle went up how much? 35-0, like it's best.
The Lions against the Commanders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you know you're better than this team, you got to make sure you show them from the get-go. You got to step on their throat in the first quarter so you don't give them any false confidence that, oh, we can hang with these guys. That's how you lose games.
Everybody trying to be like Philadelphia, man. Start slow and win games. I don't understand where they got the idea from. But, man, listen, bro, I appreciate you for being here. Let's wrap this up.
Man.
One of the wildest AFC East battle happened today.
Right.
For sure, man. Solo, thanks for joining me, man. Please remember to subscribe and drop us questions for next week. And don't forget to press the like button because Solomon is going to change his mind about the Buffalo Bills next week. Watch and see how he's going to come out here. Yo, I was wrong last week. This is what I'm talking about, man. We going to the Super Bowl.
No, man. We ain't going to
brother, man, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, I'm about to watch some MLS play. Yo, I've been